Ford. Finds Christian Laettner with a 50. He's still on his feet. Has blockers now. He's dancing his way for the touchdown.
I don't believe what I just saw.
And now, your host of the No BS Sports Zone, presented by Rob Johnson Media, Mr. Rob Johnson.
What's going on, everybody? Rob Johnson here for the No BS Sports Zone, presented by Rob Johnson Media. Just letting you guys know, this is the No BS Sports Zone Reloaded, meaning I will have a show for you every single day, which means this is show number 1. You can go back and look at the archive of my old shows, but this is going to be reloaded. Every day I'm going to bring you something No BS Sports Zone, whether it's pre-recorded or whether I'm doing it live for you guys. I'm going to make sure that I do something special for my sports fans out there. I also have other multimedia things. I have politics. I have movies. I have everything. I will be doing movie reviews. Also, make sure you check out my funny channel, which is GS&E. That is where I do video games, funny content, etc. But this is my serious channel. This is where I have fun. And I also have fun on this platform as well, but it is more of a serious platform. The reason I had Samuel L. Jackson in my intro for the No BS Sports Zone is just simply, this is the No BS Sports Zone. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to come at you to make you feel good about yourself. I'm going to give you the straight up truth. Let's start this episode off talking about Russell Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say this. Russell Wilson is a player, in my opinion, that has been disrespected by a lot of people. You go back to his time with the Legion of Boom and those guys where I guess there was a report where they said he wasn't black enough, wherever the hell that really means. From his time at NC State to his time at Wisconsin, this man was a third-round pick. This man did not deserve to be a third-round pick, all right? But let me say this. I think that he landed in the perfect spot with the perfect coach at the perfect time. Pete Carroll, in my opinion, was starting to sink as a coach. He was starting to be a lame duck coach. Russell Wilson saved this man's job, got this man an extension, etc. But here's the problem, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to the Seattle Seahawks. They have a lot of bark, but not a lot of bite. And this is what I mean when I say that. How many championships do the Seattle Seahawks have compared to New England Patriots? How many? 7-1, right? Who did Seattle lose to and haven't been the same since? The New England Patriots. Pete Carroll is on thin ice, in my opinion. He has rode the coattails of some very good coaches, of a quarterback that has given him, I feel like, more time than he's deserved. Let me read this to you from the great Warren Moon. I think it's kind of headed, unfortunately, in the same direction as Marshawn Lynch and Richard Sherman. Moon said on the Huddle and Flow podcast with Jim Trotter and Steve Welch via the NFL.com. Both Lynch and Sherman were vocal about their displeasure with the Seahawks before they were ultimately being sent on their way. That wasn't a quote by Warren Moon. This is the other one right here. I think right now it's almost like a marriage that started to just have squabbles, Moon said. Basically what that says is, to me, is that Pete Carroll wants his way. Pete Carroll, no matter how progressive he says he is, he's an old school coach that does not want the players to have the power. Now, if the players want to share the power, that's fine. But I think we all have to realize that this guy is damn near 70 years old. He's stuck in his ways. He's not changing his ways. Pete Carroll is who Pete Carroll is. But, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at the facts of the situation. When you look at Russell Wilson, this man has been in the league now since 2012. Russell Wilson is a multiple-time Pro Bowler. This man, who, again, was a third-round pick, this man who is in his early 30s, let's look at the bio. Won Super Bowl championship, 33,946 yards, which means basically He's 2.5 seasons, maybe 2 seasons away from 40,000 yards. 267 touchdowns. That's 33. I think Russell Wilson will get 33 touchdowns this upcoming season. 81 interceptions. Folks, I always say coaching is vital. Coaching is important. But if you don't have a franchise quarterback, it doesn't really matter who you are. Pete Carroll needs to have a come to Jesus moment. He needs to realize, like Jeff Fisher didn't realize when Vince Young saved his ass. That's right. He saved Jeff Fisher's ass from getting fired, which is still one of the probably worst blunders when two people destroyed each other. Now, Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson haven't gotten to that point. They've won a championship, multiple NFC championship games. They've been to 2 Super Bowls, won one, as I said before, lost one when they lost to New England Patriots. I think that their relationship, in my opinion, has been fractured since Russell Wilson threw that interception to Malcolm Butler. You can say whatever you want to say. If Russell Wilson completes that pass, Tom Brady doesn't have 7 championships. He has 6. The Seahawks have 2, and I guarantee you, if they blew a lead in that game as well, I guarantee you the Seattle Seahawks are winning more championships. That fractured that team. No matter what they've done since then, that interception at the 1-yard line when Malcolm Butler picked off Russell Wilson fractured that team and fractured the relationship between Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson. You can say anything you want to say, but Warren Moon laid it out in his quote. It's a marriage. They've been married since 2012. They started showing cracks in the armor around 2015 or 16 when all this started going on. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to look at the facts. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Russell Wilson's agent just doesn't come out and say he wants to go other places for no damn reason. There's a reason that his agent did what his agent did. And there's a reason Seattle was mad. Like I said before, Seattle, Pete Carroll, they can act all progressive and crap as they want. They don't like the players having power. When are you guys going to understand that? This is not the NBA. The owners will be damned if the players have the power. They don't want the players having the power. And if you don't understand that by now, then I don't know what to tell you. So that's that when it comes to a guy like Russell Wilson. He needs to get his stuff together and get it together fast. Next topic. Let's talk about Deshaun Watson. 22 accusers. He had, I'm not going to say the young lady's name, but she came out and made a statement, etc. the other day. Says she has to go to therapy, etc. Let me say this, folks. We need to stop convicting people in the court of public opinion. Because, let's just say this. Yes, Nike suspended his contract for a while. Yes, Beats by Dre, which I'm wearing as we speak, dropped him. What evidence do we have that Deshaun Watson committed these acts? Not saying that it's not serious. It is serious. But I want to call out the NFL in this situation. Where the hell were you, NFL? Where were you, media, when Robert Kraft was involved in certain activities? And everything just got tossed aside. Where were you, everyone? Because I'm not seeing consistency. What happened with Ben Roethlisberger? If you go back and look at the Ben Roethlisberger situation, there was some damning evidence against Ben Roethlisberger. There wasn't hearsay. There was damning evidence. Not saying that Ben did it. Just saying that there was some things that just didn't make sense. There were just some things that kind of made you scratch your head when it came to that situation. Big Ben Roethlisberger, in a lot of people's opinion, got away with things. Nike stayed along with him. Remember, they dropped Michael Vick, but they stayed with Ben Roethlisberger. Again, not excusing anything Michael Vick did, just saying potential sexual abuse of a woman and dogfighting. Again, I like animals. Not saying I don't like animals, so don't attack me. Hell, you can attack me if you want to. I don't really give a damn. This is no BS Sports Zone. I bring the funk. I bring the heat. But I just think that in today's world of the court of public opinion, we've really got to be careful in how we judge folks. We really have to be careful in how we assemble our opinions and facts. My problem is, in this whole situation, people like Dabo Swinney coming out saying he's disappointed. I mean, do you even have any evidence that that's true, Dabo Swinney? And then a lot of people are saying, well, it's something where Deshaun wanted out of Houston, and now the Houston Texans want revenge. I can't say that. I mean, I don't think a team would stoop that low. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know what a team's intentions are. I don't know what ownership's intentions are. We live in a very dark, scary world where anything can happen. I mean, who's to say he wasn't set up? But who's to say that he didn't do these things that he's being accused of? And I'll just say it like this. If he is being lied on and they're not telling the truth, he should sue. He should sue the lawyer. He should sue the women. He should sue everyone. But if they're telling the truth and these accusations come to be true, then Deshaun Watson is done. And I think that's it for his career. Because whether you like it or not, in this day and time, if you get accused of stuff like that, you're pretty much done. But like I said, I'm not going to convict him here. I'm not going to be like some of these other folks who are convicting to get views. That's not me. That's not what I'm about. I'm about finding the truth. We need to find the truth out. We need to come to a resolution there. There might potentially be charges that Houston police are looking into it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But for right now, I just need everybody to sit back, calm down, and just, let the legal process play out. I think too many times we want things to be over and done with in this microwave society. This is a long, hard Thanksgiving dinner. This is a long, hard, drawn-out process where people's lives are on the line. People's livelihoods, people's reputations, etc. So this is not something that you can just, say, oh, let's just get it over with. It's going to take a while, and it's going to take a long time. And I don't know what this is going to do to Deshaun Watson's football career, but I can pretty much say this. If he's guilty, it's over. His career is over. He ain't coming back. Not in this day and time. Not in this cancel society. He gone. If it's true, which I give it a 50-50 chance that it's not, and it is. Let's get to some draft news. Let's get to the NBA first. I will be doing my first mock draft today. Now, let's start with the NBA. Here are my top 10 players in the NBA draft. Now, this could change, and it will change, but this is who I have right now as my top 10. Number 1, Evan Mobley, center, USC, 7-footer. I love his game. I love his tenacity. I love the way he's versatile on the court. He's going to be an excellent player in the NBA. Jonathan Kuminga, power forward from the Congo. He's 6'8". I watched his highlights. I watched some film of him. I really like his game. He has to continue to perfect his three-point shooting. He needs to drive more, in my opinion, because he has the ability to rise up on anybody. So I like his game. Cade Cunningham, point guard, Oklahoma State University. He's 6'8". Cunningham, to me, they say he's a point guard, but they may need to switch his positions. I don't really see him as a terrific point guard, but I can see him as a decent point guard who can switch positions. But he definitely has a shooting ability. He'll develop his passing even more once he gets into the league. He can develop other skills. He can develop, get into the basket more. He bullied a lot of guys I saw in my highlights and review in college. He'll have to continue to get stronger because you won't be able to throw around guys like that in the NBA. Number 4, I have Jalen Suggs, shooting guard, Gonzaga. He's 6'4". I think this guy is going to be good. I think that he is going to bring versatility to a team depending on who is at number 4. Like I said, depending on his workouts, I could get him higher. But I think he's going to be a terrific NBA player. He has range. He can shoot the basketball. There's a lot of things that he can do that I think that will bring I think he'll bring balance to a team, because that's what he does. He brings balance, and I think he'll have that when he comes into the league. Number 5, I would have this guy higher, but right now I need to see more of a workout. I need to see how he does in the pre-draft process. But this guy is very intriguing to me. Scotty Barnes, shooting forward out of Florida State, 6'9". Big comparison here. He reminds me of Kawhi Leonard. Big hands guy, plays defense. The way he shoots the basketball, shoots the three, way he can pull up on a dime. He really reminds me of Kawhi Leonard. And I know that's a reach for a lot of people, but I think that this guy definitely has the ability to be a damn good player in the NBA and be even better going on as his career goes on, especially if he gets with the right team. Number 6, we have Jalen Johnson, shooting forward, Duke, 6'9". Of course, he opted out, but I think he's going to have a terrific career. He could make a few all-star teams, maybe some dunk contests. He can have a decent career. He can go from a really good player, like I said, to a dominant player. I just don't think he'll get to that dominant status, but I think he'll be good enough where he'll definitely fulfill his taking in the top 10. Number 7, Sengun, center, Turkey, 6'9". You got to look at this guy, man. Sengun is good. I am telling you, like, his 3-point shooting, off the charts. His drive ability, off the charts. You kind of worry about these international players when it comes to defense, but their offensive repertoire is just off the charts. So I definitely think that Sengun, I believe, is going to be very good coming out of Turkey. He has potential to really, really impact the team in the top 10. Number 8, we have Cameron Thomas, shooting guard, LSU, 6'4". Biggest thing with him, I think he brings balance. Going to have to continue to get stronger, but I think he brings balance to a team. I believe he has good shooting ability, good 3-point shooting ability, so he definitely is going to make a difference, especially in someone's rotation if he continues to progress as a player. Number 9, we have another player out of the state of Florida, but this time at Florida. We have Trey Mann, point guard, Florida, 6'5". I think this guy has potential to be very good. I think that his point guard ability, his passing ability, the ability to drive I think it's really decent. I think he needs some time to grow as a player. I think he needs some mentoring. I hope he would get with another point guard in the league on a team that is ahead of him, where he can learn a year. Not saying that he can't start it right away, just saying that I think that he needs to be molded more into an NBA player. And once he does, I think sky's the limit. I'm not going to put any limits on Trey Mann. I think Trey Mann is going to really do some special things in the league once he becomes and develops into what he can really become. Jalen Green, shooting guard, the G League, 6'6" player. Again, sky's the limit for this guy. I don't think that he's going to come off dominant right away, but I think that given time, giving the ability to grow as a player, just like I said with Trey Mann, I believe at the shooting guard position, maybe even sliding over to a little shooting forward, that this guy can really make a difference on somebody's team, possibly even a championship team. So look out for that. So that is my NBA draft, mock draft top 10. Let's go to my NFL mock top 10. My top 10. I'm not doing all the teams. I'm just doing my top 10. And this is the last topic that will close out the No BS Sports Zone, episode 1 Reloaded. Number 1, of course, I have the Jaguars taking Trevor Lawrence. That's no surprise. Number 2, I have the Jets taking Justin Fields. That's right, ESPN. I have the Jets taking Justin Fields, the most dynamic quarterback in this draft outside of Trevor Lawrence. I'm not taking Mac Jones. I'm not taking Zach Wilson that high. I think that Justin Fields can handle New York. Number 3, some people may look at me sideways when I say this, and I really don't give a damn. I got Kyle Pitts going to San Francisco. They say, well, why, Rob? Why not get a quarterback? Because I still believe that Jimmy Garoppolo can still play football. You already have a number 1 tight end in the league, at least top 2 on your team. Bring in another tight end. Run the football. 2 tight end set where you run the ball, you play action fake, get the ball out short to your dynamic tight ends, get the ball down the field to Deebo Samuel. I don't like a quarterback in this spot. If San Francisco's not getting Justin Fields, I don't want nobody. All right? Point blank period. I don't want anybody. Now, I said maybe Zach Wilson to the 49ers, but that high, I don't like the spot. I just don't like it. So I'm going Kyle Pitts, San Francisco. Number 4, I'm going Jamar Chase, Falcons. Why not? You got Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley. Why not stack the deck? Stack the deck, Atlanta. Come on. You got to score with Tampa, baby. You got to score with Tom Brady. Tom Brady is what, 43, 44, going on 20, 21. What you going to do, Atlanta? Because you can try to get defense all you want to. You can try to get another quarterback all you want to. I think next year is the year for quarterbacks. But if you want to score with Tampa Bay, you better be damn sure that you get somebody in there that can score with them and take the top off the defense in Jamar Chase. Now, number 5, Penei Sewell. Slam dunk. Slam freaking dunk for the Cincinnati Bengals. Just a great pick in my opinion. A guy that can play left tackle. A guy that is just dynamic. It's going to be, and mark my words, Sewell will be a Hall of Famer. He will be a freaking Hall of Famer. So all those out there who want to diss his name saying that he didn't belong here, belong there. Yeah. Anyway, number 6, I have the Miami Dolphins taking Devontae Smith, wide receiver, Alabama. Great pick. The Alabama connection, Tua, Smith, I think it's going to be a match made in heaven. Miami Dolphins should run to the stage and make this pick. Number 7, Detroit, Jalen Waddle, another Alabama wide receiver. Jared Goff needs weapons, so get him some weapons. Jalen Waddle. Number 8, Carolina Panthers, Patrick Surtain Jr. You need a cornerback, Carolina. You don't need another quarterback. I am going to throw something at the damn TV if the Carolina Panthers pick a quarterback. You don't need one. You got a young guy in Sam Darnold. Build around him. You didn't have to give up basically anything to get him. You don't need another quarterback. Teddy Bridgewater is going to be out the door. He already wants a trade. They're going to give him permission to get a trade. Guys, just build around Sam. Number 9, and here is the kicker. Here is the pick that's going to shock people. I have Zach Wilson going to Denver. To me, it is a match made in football heaven. You got a guy who, in my opinion, is going to be good in the league, but it depends on spots. You're going to a team whose offense is loaded, a defense that is reloading. I think that the competition for Drew Lock is good, but here's the other thing, folks. If he goes to Denver, and let's say, I don't know, Drew Lock balls out in the preseason, starts the season, gets hurt, and then you have a guy in Zach Wilson who balls out, you have draft leverage. This is the biggest thing for Denver. Do not draft Trey Lance, please. I'm begging you, John Elway and the brass of the Denver Broncos, please do not draft Trey Lance or Mac Jones. I'm begging you. It will be the biggest mistake you ever made, besides some other crappy quarterback decisions you've made. Now, number 10, the Dallas Cowboys. Caleb Farley, cornerback, Virginia Tech. I think this guy is going to be good. I think that him taking a year off is good, getting his body rested. Dallas needs a corner. Dallas needs defense. They already got enough offense as it is. Dak's coming back, so that's all Dallas needs. They need a cornerback. They need a guy that can take some of these fast receivers. They need a guy who's physical, a guy that can tackle. Folks, that was the No BS Sports Zone presented by Rob Johnson Media. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, go to Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook to see this episode. I'm Rob Johnson of the No BS Sports Zone, and I'll see you all tomorrow.